Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. Today's video is going to be all about my FOREO collection and how these products compare to other products on the market. I hope this is a fun and helpful video for you. I definitely have talked a lot about these devices in the past. We have dedicated videos to all except the newest edition here. And I've also had a lot of questions about follow-up, so this will be a follow-up going back about 4 years with some devices. And the newest addition to my FOREO family here is the Bare Mini 2. This was kindly gifted by Skinstore on behalf of their skincare tools campaign. So really quickly, they are doing a 25% off skincare tools special. You can use my code ALICE to get that 25% off, and check the link in the description box below that will show you all of the tools they carry. And yes, that 25% off sale absolutely does include the FOREO devices. So let's start at the beginning, the device that started it all, the Luna. So it turns out I've had my Luna for about 4 years. Y'all, I love email. What a weird statement, but I love email. I'm able to type in my old order and find my original receipt. This is from May 26, 2017. Over 4 years ago, the Luna Mini 2 Save the Sea limited edition. Oh, I paid $139 for this? Oh. You can get it for less now. Dang, it is only $119 at retail now. Whatever, that's fine. It's fine. Anyway, way back in the day, this little device here was always put head to head with a great contender. You all know, the Clarisonic. You can't get the Clarisonic anymore, which kind of sounded sassy just then, but don't worry, I don't think you're missing anything. 4 years ago, when I did my initial comparison of these, I said that this was too harsh. And honestly, not only do I think it's too harsh, I also really don't like that you had to replace the brush heads. You had to keep buying products in order to keep using your Clarisonic. So that's selling point number one of the FOREO. You do not have to purchase anything ever again to use this. It's made of silicone, which is much more sanitary because you can just simply wash it, whereas you really can't wash the brush fibers that come with the Clarisonic. However, as a 4-year update, what I had initially said is I wasn't sure if this was worth the initial cost because I do think that it compares to using a cognac sponge. And you can buy a cognac sponge for between $5 and $10. The catch with that statement at this point is you can do that, but you will have to replace the cognac sponge probably every month or 2 months. So at what point does this device outweigh the repeated cost you would have to have with the cognac sponge? That's why I'm so surprised to sit here and tell you it's been over 4 years and this little device right here still works. It's really something I have to give to the FOREO brand. I do feel that their devices are very well constructed. I don't actually think this is going to break. And I have purchased other skincare devices in the past that I have not had this experience with at all. Should I try to pull from my memory banks? It was some kind of a laser that I had purchased years ago, 6 years ago probably, and it worked for about 5 uses. Then I used my warranty and it worked another 5 uses, and that's when I just gave up. I did do a 2-week comparison using actually the Luna 3, which I'll get to in a moment, up against just washing with my hands, and yes, my skin was much clearer when I used the FOREO device. And also, do you use it? I look forward to using this. Now, I was lucky enough to get the Luna 3 in PR, and with this, I wanted to answer a question that I've gotten from quite a few people, and that is, should you upgrade if you already have one of the older Luna devices? I think that question is difficult to answer because it does depend on you, the viewer, your own budget, your own needs, and what you want to get out of your skincare tools. So what I'll tell you is this: I do love the way the Luna 3 feels. This one is the sensitive and it is even softer. But realistically, I'm not a rich person. I am not a rich person. I was not going to buy this, which again is why I'm so grateful I got it in PR, so I can actually tell you about it. I personally would not upgrade until I needed to, but you know, again, everybody has different income levels, and that added softness may be worth it to you. And I want to give FOREO some credit in that, you know, they're not one of those companies that's just constantly putting out new devices. I mean, it's been almost 5 years between the Luna 2 Mini and the Luna 3 Mini, which is a new addition to the family. So it's a long time between releases. And one more super important conversation that applies to all of the FOREO devices, you have to activate every single one of them with an app. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? I think that FOREO thinks that is a selling point, and yet I suspect for a lot of people, it's the exact opposite. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I feel stressed out by my phone, and that is the last thing I want to be doing during my nice, relaxing skincare routine. But the good news is you only have to activate them with the app. After that, you can use them completely free of the app. It's kind of a shame to me, actually. I've seen a few reviews from people saying they returned it because they didn't want to have to keep using the app. But yeah, you do not have to keep using it. Let's talk about the UFO next. Actually, let me tell you the story with this one. So FOREO had come out with this, let's see, what year was that? Was that 2019-ish? Somewhere around there. They'd come out with this device, and it was met with some mixed emotions. First of all, the app thing, again, that FOREO is absolutely set on. And then also, the idea behind this is that you have to keep buying these FOREO sheet masks. And not only are they kind of expensive, but all of them contained, at least at the time, fragrance. And that was when the anti-fragrance movement was just picking up. So not only did I see other people saying, oh, that doesn't really appeal to me for those reasons, but I felt the same exact way. I definitely said that in at least one video, and next thing I know, FOREO was asking to send me this device, and they wanted me to emphasize that you don't have to use it with their masks. And see, here's the thing, it was a perfect fit because I'm somebody who will spend extra money on a device, but I will not continue to spend money. So when they explained to me that it could be used with any sheet masks, I went a step beyond and started DIYing my own sheet masks for this. Full video on it, you can go see. I love that system, and I still do it to this day. And not only is that an absolute fraction of the price, but also I have control over the ingredients in my sheet masks. So I can have fragrance-free sheet masks, I can have whatever I want, along with my UFO. Wonderful story, Alice, we loved it. Much applause. What's the deal with the UFO? Tell us about it. It's a very interesting device, very interesting, and it can replace a lot of different elements of your skincare routine. So sheet masks, we already talked about this aspect of it. Yes, it replaces sheet masks. You get the same T-sonic vibrations in this in a device that you roll around your face, similar to the vibrating T-bars. You get LED lights, similar to an LED face mask. And you also get thermal therapy as well as cryotherapy. So that basically means it warms up and it cools down, and a lot. It gets fairly warm, not to a burning level, but quite warm and also quite cold. And since you massage it around your face, it reminds me a lot of using a jade roller, especially a jade roller that you've kept in your refrigerator. So in some ways, it's like it replaces all of this. That sounds absolutely amazing, right? Y'all know I run my channel to give you honest reviews, not to hype products. So I'm going to tell you, I do think it replaces products like this. I don't really have a lot of use for jade rollers or these, even though I do enjoy them. I do enjoy them. But the UFO gives me exactly what these do with that much more intense heat and cold sessions. I love that it's 90 seconds. You know, most sheet masks you have to sit there and leave on your skin for 20 minutes. It's a quick way to use a sheet mask. But ultimately, it doesn't replace the much more expensive LED masks. Now, I'm somebody who has acne-prone skin, and I do get a lot of benefits from these LED masks, one of which is in the Skin Store sale. I think it's the Dr. Dennis Gross one. For me, the true LED mask has been next level in seeing those anti-inflammatory benefits in particular. I said it in my review of this, that is what I see the most with LED. The UFO is still nice, but I'd say it's kind of more like dipping your toes into LED therapy. What I really think the strength of this is that it's combining all of those elements into a 90-second session. I hope I'm explaining this well. I still love my UFO. I love the relaxation aspect of it, but I get ultimately more benefits with the LED. I'm sorry to tell you that, because typically these are a lot more expensive, but again, you know, it's a good starter device, and I still like it. And that brings us to the Bare Mini. True story, Skinstore asked me what I wanted. I could pick anything from their tools section, and I picked the Bare Mini, specifically because I really like the size of this. I already had the NuFace Mini, and it's so large in size that it's actually difficult to kind of target any areas of your face that you want to target. That's what's nice about the Bare. It's so small that you can get right into any problem areas. For me, it's right here. I frown a lot because sometimes the world makes me mad. Oh, let me tell you about how these two compare, because it is not quite what I expected. Some things you have to know about me: I do have acne-prone skin, so I actually kind of care more about that, probably why I'm so into my LED masks. I care about that a little more than anti-aging because acne is really painful. I cannot think about anti-aging, you know what I'm saying, at least for now. So with the NuFace, I was very pleased to find that it doesn't hurt. I was terrified of it stinging my skin, absolutely terrified. I know I've talked to you all about my low pain tolerance, terrified, but it doesn't sting at all. It just takes between 5 to 20 minutes daily. And when it comes to the science behind microcurrent therapy, admittedly it's not as strong as the science behind LED therapy. We do have much more published literature on LED than microcurrent. But nonetheless, what's interesting to me about microcurrent is that it specifically targets the muscles of your face. That's something that very obviously skincare products cannot reach, so I thought that this could be in a category of its own for me. I just could not find 5 to 20 minutes. My routine is already long. I'm doing 3 minutes with the mask. I'm doing the UFO still. It's a lot to add to all of that. So I just wasn't really using it. And that's where I thought, oh, the Bare Mini is probably perfect for me. Not only can it target the areas of concern, but also it takes 2 minutes. And it's FOREO, and you know they always have some extra elements of their skincare tools, so they claim that this is more powerful than old microcurrent technologies, but also has an anti-shock system built into it, so you won't feel it. I mean, sign me up. It sounded absolutely perfect, right? The problem is, I do feel this one. So much so that I sent FOREO an email already. I wrote them, I said, hey, where's the anti-shock technology in the Mini? Is it not in the Mini? It's only in the full size? Okay, I found the email. Dear Alice, thank you for contacting FOREO customer care. My goodness, this is a lot of words for a customer service reply. 6 paragraphs. I'm really one to talk. I cannot make less than a 15-minute video if my life depended on it. Anyway, basically what they say here is, please note that the Bare Mini has the same anti-shock system as its bigger brother, Bare, which makes the treatment comfortable during use. Therefore, depending on your sensitivity, you may feel a slight tingling sensation to nothing at all. Some people may feel this tingling sensation when using the device near their hairline, as the skin and muscle mass are thinner there, while some people do not feel it at all. This is down to personal skin reactions to the treatment, so I would like to assure you that it is completely normal that some people feel something and some people don't. So, now I gotta get kind of personal in case you're just stumbling upon this video. Hi, I'm Alice, and I have a low pain tolerance that I think somehow I've already managed to mention in today's video. I'm a huge baby. I absolutely faint when I'm getting my blood drawn. Absolutely, goodbye. So I feel like it's not at all surprising that I would be sitting here saying, yeah, I don't know if I can do this right now. Which does make for an interesting conversation considering I can use the NuFace with no problems. I do think this one is stronger. It does not make for a good review for me to sit here and say, yep, haven't gotten used to it, haven't really been able to use it, but thankfully, I live with someone who not only has been able to use both of these devices, but actually kind of loves them. You know how I was just saying it's a lot to ask for 5 to 20 minutes a day from me in addition to all of my acne treatments? My partner does not have acne. Instead, she's interested in microcurrent technology, and she says she enjoys both of these and the Bare more so than the NuFace. So I think it's funny. I think it all comes down to you, of course. That's always the way skincare is, and therefore skincare tools by extension. Is this something that you're interested in, microcurrent technology? Is it something that you want to include into your skincare routine, or is it going to be too much for you? Too much in terms of time or in terms of sensitivity. Definitely things to consider, and for once, it's actually an element where FOREO may not ultimately win. I do think that if you are much more sensitive, you may prefer the NuFace. Because I do, basically. But if you want maximum results, the Bare Mini, absolutely. I kid you all not. When this first came in the mail, I was so excited to try it, right? So Ara was on the phone, we're both in the living room. She's on the phone with one of her friends and I'm in the background. So I am trying to do the little workout that's included with this, where you run it over your upper lip. And every time I hit the top portion of my lip, I could just feel this odd jolt. I don't think I realized that I was screaming. I knew she was on the phone, but she had her friend on speaker. So next thing I hear is that why is Alice screaming in the background? And of course Ara's like, yeah, I guess she's shocking herself. I'm sure it's something for science. Correct, it's always for science. It's so funny though, because I can even sit here and tell you with confidence, I don't even think it actually hurts. I think it's that I feel this slight current, because it is a microcurrent, and my brain doesn't know how to react to it. We anticipate pain, and so that sensation registers as pain, but also not as pain, because I can kind of step outside of myself and say, it doesn't hurt though, it just feels funny. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed today's reviews and storytime sessions. Please, of course, feel free to share your experiences in the comment section below. We all have different experiences, and I think it's helpful for each other to see from others what their experiences have been. Thank you also again to skinstore.com for sending me the Bare Mini. And do make sure to check out their 25% off tools sale. It actually includes a lot more than just skincare devices. There's some hair products in there as well, other tools. So definitely check that out and use code Alice to get your 25% off. And that's all I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I will see you all next time.